This is a classic beat now.
It really is. It's wild. It's wild. It's just a default beat that has now become legend. Thank you, Boss Hardware.
That's what we got.
Woo! Good morning. Good afternoon. Good
afternoon.
evening, everybody. Oh, Conrad, yes. We need to start doing it that way from now on. We do it all the time in personal calls, but never here. It's going to happen here in the future. It's June 30th, 2022. The time, 8:14 p.m. my local time. But it might be July 1st, 2022, where you are if you're joining us from the Asia Pacific region or anywhere in Africa, anywhere across Europe. If you're joining us in South America, then it is still June 30th, 2022. Everybody, like Hot Chips and Source, saying it's 1/7/22. Sandboxer 27, July 1st, 7:14 a.m., where they are. Bin, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. It has been a heck of a week. We talked a little bit a couple of days ago about NFT NYC, and we are taking the steps forward from that event with new good stuff. First of all, we are not going to be doing things the way that we have done them in the recent past. Unless there is a video, I'm going to get a little bit more connected with you guys. I was going to use a different word, but I felt like it was not the time to do that. Maddox says I look serious in black. Let me just break that for you. I can't show you this word, but this is the shirt that I'm wearing today. Ah.
I know that t-shirt. I know that one.
Yes. Conrad knows what it says on the shirt. One of my friends made it while we were playing Jackbox. So you already know. It's wild. Less serious, for sure. Wearing the Sandbox jackets that we got, the little windbreakers, just to cover up the text that is included with this shirt. But anyway, so we get a little bit more intimate with our news giving to you now on this show. Let's talk about 4 pieces that came up this week on the official at the Sandbox game in the last 24 hours. Not even this week, just in the last 24 hours. Number 1, at the Sandbox game tweets out, join us for an AMA with at Flicky app, alongside Marino Perina and Borges Sebastian. All right. Learn more about how Flick Play will change the way you interact with NFTs in the real world forever. This event is coming up in about 14 hours from the time of this recording. So if you're looking at the clock right now and you see this was posted 14 hours ago because you're watching on VOD over on YouTube, DLive, Theta, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, wherever you are, check the clock. For me, that is 10 a.m., but you can set a reminder right now if you're at the Sandbox game for that AMA. Flick Play is also someone that I met in person at NFT NYC and invited them to come onto this show as well. So they will be with us on the 5th of July, next Tuesday, my time, 5th of July. They also are in the Los Angeles area, so they're in the same time zone as me. So you guys, if you are like Jazzwolf in the chat, and it is the 1st of July already, then look forward to it on the 6th. But they'll be here on this show. Another piece. Right now, there's a contest going on that you can do inside the metaverse. Part of Belonging Week. Take a pic at the fountain in the World of Women Museum until July 4th. This contest is ongoing. You can verify the contest on the season contest section on the website at sandbox.game for your chance to win some free sand. What's up, King of Crypto? I see you in the chat. Congratulating everybody being in the house tonight. Everybody except D-Electronics, apparently, says Hodel Hill. So that's a nice piece if you're looking to get some free sand for participating in some social contests. It's a beautiful environment that Conrad and I will be going through later in the next week. Not this week, but next week. We'll be going through that space Whether it is or is not currently published, we'll figure it out. But I want to make sure that we go through there because the creators of that space actually had a one-on-one discussion with me saying that they would like to see me showcase their space in the metaverse. And as with any publishing team on this show, we break down and intentionally try to break your experiences. So hopefully we'll be able to showcase the beautiful art that is that space, talk about how it can be optimized or how it's very well done. Also talk about how some of the environments might be exploitable, but maybe they aren't right now. We'll break it down and we'll break everything there. At the Sandbox game, that post where you said thank you, Hill, did not go out. I'm assuming that's you, Conrad. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Another piece. Metalympics_org at Metalympics_org. Posted earlier today, and I'm actually going to bring us into the two heads so you guys can see this video here in just a second, because this is interesting. They've got some musical talent coming out of Hong Kong that they are bringing into the Sandbox game. So let's check this out. I don't have video or audio. There we go. Let's get some audio going.
Some intense drums.
It's going to be playing the Game Maker sound as well.
It's a little trippy with everything overlapping.
Yeah, I didn't think about the fact that the Game Maker audio was going to be playing in the background because I keep that up all the time. But all right, let's kick back into this. I need to find a hotkey here, a little hotkey for that on my keyboard to do that a little bit faster. So that piece is cool. Metalympics bringing those in, and that's a good example, once again, of a team that has its roots, its origins in watching a show just like this, and then started reaching out to people once they had the skills inside the Sandbox Game Maker to bring in these partners from their local areas, their regions, maybe something they already saw on the map that they thought, well, I have the skills now, so I can get in here and start working. Bless you, Holly.
Didn't think it was that loud.
And the last piece here, maybe the biggest piece. We'll see. I didn't save it in any particular order, just the order in which they come up. We are bringing more and more users into the Sandbox. You can now connect your @Coinbase wallet to explore and own a piece of the metaverse. You can go to sandbox.game and log in with your Coinbase wallet right now, if you would like. If you already had a wallet, if you were already logged into the Sandbox game, one thing to keep in mind is that your account is your wallet. So if you had some accolades from season 2 or something like that that were not NFTs, then just keep in mind that those accolades cannot move. Only NFTs or other assets that you choose to move from one wallet to another will move. The wallet is your real account. But Conrad, that's going to wrap up the news bits for today. First of all, you were a little sick. You get a little sick coming back. I know you're still a little sick, but he's just playing it off, chat. Like, you don't want to make him laugh today.
No
He's going to
way.
cough for a year.
I'm fine. Don't even worry about it.
He said that the first day too. He's like, I'm totally fine. And then I was like, oh yeah, well, you're a butt or something. And he was like, for like, no, it was too much.
It actually was
I told
as
him,
dumb of a joke like that.
yeah. I mean, that's what I do. I make dumb jokes, you know. But Radcon Dad, how are you doing? How was your trip to New York?
Oh my goodness gracious. I had the most fun I've ever had on the East Coast. And it was a beautiful time. It was my first time on the East Coast.
Okay.
And oh man, I got to meet everybody that we could. You know, we hung out a lot with Hill, Wayward Escapades, Phil for the win. We had Batman TV. Oh my god, everybody was there. It was great. And at the same time, not enough people. I wanted to meet every single person that could actually pop up and say hello. Rasul Elder over there on YouTube. Oh my goodness. It's just a good time, like all through and through. So I gotta say, open bars are my definitely a love-hate relationship. I can say that much.
Yeah. Yes, they make you do things that you probably shouldn't do. I didn't say it. I didn't say it until now. But Radcon, you did the thing you weren't supposed to do while you were there. The thing that you've been medically requested to not do. You did that while you were there.
Don't even worry about it.
Nate wants a fake high five.
Oh, is it that way?
Yeah, it's that way.
Oh.
My hand is so much... Here, wait. If I go back here...
Yes, I'll go this way.
Wait.
Oh, there you go. The metaverse high five. We did it. It happens to work. But yes, the one thing requested, I broke the rule of. But I wasn't a part of that meeting, so...
Wait. I meant the one with your doctor. Where your doctor...
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I broke two.
Yeah.
Oopsies,
Yeah.
That's all I could say. I'm doing good now. I didn't go to the hospital. I'm not dead yet.
That's good.
Nothing adverse has come, and other than COVID, of course. But I'm all boosted up, and it's good to go. So I'm just recovering from that. My body was a bit sore, and I've got the sniffles, a little congested.
Yeah,
I'm not dying inside.
Yeah, exactly. At least you're doing well. Now at least things have caught back up. We're getting back in the flow of things. I want to say also, I'm going to give a shout out to crafter.eth. Yesterday we had a little for fun interview where Crafter tried to learn something about me, and somehow I turned it into work. Crafters interviews are trying to be like laid back, trying to be like, who are you as a person? What got you here? And I'm like, yes, fake internet money. Let's talk about macroeconomics. You know what I mean? It was wild. That was a good time. Then we had a good time as well with the Nerd FT, which is the NRN radio show, their podcast. I got to do that as well just a couple hours later. Hill was there for that one. Hill, apparently, I found out, thanks to them. I kind of already knew this, but they...
We were already in the know.
Yeah, we already knew. Hill is apparently the beat on the street. It's like the ear to the ground, already knowing about all of the things NFT. So if you guys want to have like the inside track for all things NFT, you should be hitting up Hodel Hill here. But yeah, we had a good time. Maddox of Furia calling a quote from that show where I said, "Can I curse?" And they were like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Really? Freak, but not freak." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I said the freak word. It was a bad time. It was a good time. No, it was a really good time though. Both shows very professional, a lot of fun. Everybody was chill, and yeah, enjoyable. But Conrad, this show is about playing the games that people create every day in the metaverse. Experiences that they might be creating for a game jam or for publishing inside the metaverse so that we can help them make a more complete experience. I think it is. I'm thinking about getting back into that.
We gotta get back in the motions.
Yeah, what game are we looking for here today, Conrad?
I was thinking we could do Red Letters, Imperium Raw.
All right.
That was the last one, or the first one to get requested here off of Lucas's list, as he's so graciously put together for us here.
All right, what do you know what page that one's on?
Last seen as of yesterday is 4 to 5, but let me get a new update here in case you beat me to it. Part of the VoxEdit Game Jam.
Oh, yeah, I got it right here.
Like it's still 4 to 5.
Created by Karatraz and Maddox of Furia. Augusto.
That's right.
Asciuti? I'm gonna get that.
Supposed to be. Well, that is Karatraz.
Yep. But I'm just getting the at. I'm trying to say it out loud for the translator that will not do the thing.
So we're gonna
K.App says, "Give me Wizzy, please," in the chat.
No, Give me a Wizzy too.
I agree.
I'm all way with it.
I agree. The Wizzy, the green lucky hat, will be given out later on this show, so stick with it. And we'll do that giveaway as time allows. And we will make time allow if we forget about it and we go too long. We usually go a little bit longer just to get it out there. Yeah. All right. So Imperium Rock loaded pretty quickly. I don't know if you guys know this. You probably don't. But so Conrad, myself, Alex, Kamisaze Florez, and Julia G. Julia in the chat have started the origins of a quality assurance company where we are doing deep, high-level play testing of these experiences, including those that will be in Alpha Season 3 that we can't talk about. But one of those things that I'm going to start highlighting when we load into these experiences is the loading time of the initial boop to get into the experience, because that is something that we test for, and it's something that I can kind of very quickly note as we first load in. So one thing that I'm noting right away is that I'm seeing a ton of quests that are already queued up. So that tells me that there is probably not as much narrative as I would like to see for world building. Okay? So when I see all these quests that are already here and they're already falling off the page, if I can pick up another one, I'm not going to be able to see what that is, or I'm going to lose the quests that I already have. Okay? But the way that you can help avoid that and help push a space-to-space walk narrative beat is to have these come up sometimes based on proximity triggers. You know, a world event might happen, a thing might fall, whatever, that can make that pop through, right? But yeah, forgive me, as I'm seeing chat. I'm seeing, yeah, exactly. Already Josephed. He don't know. I'm sure it's going to be a huge narrative experience based on what you've said so far. But I'm leaving these general notes because this is the stuff that we generally look for currently.
Right.
Again, everything that we talk about on this show, you can completely ignore if you choose to. That's your right. You're a dev. You do what you do, right? But as much as... Yes, sir. Go for it.
One of our devs did say that there is one known dialogue error. So
okay.
we're going to be seeing a Joseph pop up eventually here.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So real quick before I even move, you see on the right side here the Relations Crumble quest. It says talk to the Sapiens Elder again. I haven't talked to him the first time, so I have this quest already, and that's something that might take me out of it. We'll see what happens when we get there. But I like so far. There's no period at the end of the sentence in quotes. I don't know if that matters. It kind of matters. And let's jump into it. Political tensions in Imperium. I like the fact that you are highlighting the important bits immediately. Have grown exponentially over the last few days, or the last days. The last days is fine. In moments like these, it is best to seek knowledge from Omega. Omega's soul. Omega's knowledge. Oh, I see what's happening here. So I'm just a dummy. Just focused on all the possible quests. They're just acting like spoilers out here. All right, we got Navi Droid. Hey, listen. All right, it's a helmet. It's got a nice effect going around. I like that. Got some armor I can not grab until I...
We're going to be unlocking it, I believe.
Assume we talk to the Omega's soul. A touch. Give me strength and keep guiding the fates of those who are dedicating their lives to fulfill your plan. Light the temple torches to manifest inspiration and motivation from Omega. Suddenly our objective is clear and you are ready to get to work. We need to talk with the leadership before tensions get out of hand. Alright, search for diplomacy. I believe diplomacy comes in the form of a fiery axe. I can has. Command Center Sapiens Officer. So there's a lot of people whose names have popped in. And I've mentioned before that will compel me to want to go to them first. So hopefully the Command Center Sapiens Officer will be somebody who it is useful to talk to them. And there is a door over here. and I can't yet talk to them, but their name has prompted. So I am a little. I can see the clear go-to robots leadership, but there is something about whenever I see all those names, it makes me want to just go right to them, whoever they are, whichever one I can get to first. Where am I supposed to go?
Right, you get to turn on those proximity triggers, right?
Yeah, exactly. We want to see those pop as they are relevant to you so that we know where to go. Also, okay, here we go. Wait for the elevator. All right, we'll do.
I do appreciate a prompt for elevators a lot of times.
Yeah, I like this. Because if I didn't wait for the elevator, it would have just dragged me back up, right? And you didn't make it floor to ceiling, so it probably wouldn't have broken. All right. Can't talk to this guy. Can't talk to leadership. We robots are more than prepared to pull our weight, especially to meet our deadlines and keep peace amongst the cyberverse factions. Robots are not restricted in our ability to provide service, but we also value our downtime for optimized levels of thought. So, seems stupid, but I'm trying to figure out if factions is part of the name. Is it cyberverse factions as they are both the proper noun? Because typically you would capitalize both of those only for proper nouns if you were going to do that. So if it's cyberverse, like that's the region, and that would be capitalized, factions would not be. The Augs, which is a proper name, are becoming more and more difficult, but a conflict will create more work than even the robots can handle. Negative vibes would trigger our laziness modules, and you will be stuck doing all the work until you stop killing each other. I don't want to kill anybody. Okay. All right. Sapien. Wait. Okay. It's still got the thing. I'm here. Sapiens Elder is now below me. I'm still seeing Command Center Sapiens Officer's name. No! Oh, wait.
Oh.
Ah! All right, screw it. Good enough.
Okay. That works.
This is fine. I didn't have to wait. What do you suggest then? Wait, what? Did I tell them all that stuff? Just there? Okay, so here's a possibility.
I assume so.
Here's a possibility. When you're talking to the Sapiens Elder, it seems like they've just jumped to knowing what the robot said, and if that's the case, then why am I here? So I'm thinking that as I walk up to the Sapiens Elder, maybe there should be like a text block that comes up over my head, and then that object gets destroyed after a certain number of seconds or something. Just so that it looks like I told them the thing, and then I can press E. People will mostly skip it, but at least you'll see both text blocks for just a bit, so the Sapiens Elder gets some context.
Or at least something that shows up where you have a dialogue that says, here is note from,
like
information.
Thank you.
These guys,
yes,
right?
That's beautiful, because it's like, Sapiens Elder could be, what do you want? And you're like, passes him the note that the robot's printed or something, I am taking notes.
Discs.
Yeah, exactly. You got a flash drive. Here you go. This guy's like,
right.
I'm an elder of magic. What do I know with a flash drive? But whatever, What do you suggest then? You know how I feel on the matter. The Augs are being pressed by Corpo Vendrix to increase the productivity on the asteroid, but we are unable to follow their workflow. I understand. They insist that they are more capable of leading the operation, and the corporation will support them. I don't see how we can resolve this situation peacefully, but I'm sure that the robots will not accept an increase in their workload. Things sure look bad.
So right off the bat here, I do want to note that we've already been introduced to 4 different factions.
Yes.
I believe.
Yep.
And then 3 major players. And we've only had 2 sets of dialogue. So spreading those out a little bit might be necessary, just so we can have these characters be a little bit more memorable in your narrative.
All right. So, you are no more capable of leading this operation. So again, as we get to the Augs leadership, we're running into that on the other side, where once again we've told them everything without talking to them at all. They already seem to know. Also, this might seem dumb, but it looks like you pushed tab before you typed, and this is maybe you did it in Word or something before you did it. But I'm seeing the U is pushed over.
I already know. I see it too.
I know it seems dumb, but this is literally one of the checkboxes that Conrad and I have to do for QA. Is the exclamation mark touching the word, or is it one square over? Like it seems dumb, but you want to make sure that it's clean and always consistent. Okay, so you are no more capable of leading this operation than any of us. How can we expect to collect enough materials to start our search for Omega if all you do is party and hang out? Why is hang capitalized? Even party, party and hang out probably don't need to be capitalized because they're not like event names here. We can't in this case has no apostrophe because it's cannot. Work around the clock. All aspects of living are part of Omega's plan. If Omega owns the plan or thought of the plan, that also has an apostrophe. The corporation grows impatient. If you don't increase productivity, we will be forced to take action, period or exclamation mark. You're unreasonable. That one looks good. All right, relations crumble. I'm not going to use the stairs. So we are at an impasse. Non-stop work is unsustainable. We're better off spending the remainder of our time preparing for war. Try collecting the equipment in the temple. If it is Omega's will, the equipment will be available. Oh, the equipment will available to you. It should say will be. Also, you wouldn't want to use this many ellipses in a sentence. These are for like super long pauses. So if you want people to pause for 5 seconds, you use these. So we're at an impasse, waiting, and so, yeah. All right, here goes nothing. Gather resources.
Before we move on.
All right, what you got?
So we do want to give a shout out to everybody inside the chat. We got Hodel Hill, Half Door, D Electronics finally woke up for us. We have your beautiful wife, Yaser Beam here. Rasul over there, Andromeda over on YouTube. KP, we got Virtual Creations Corpse with an excellent question.
It would only be the first thing capitalized in hang if it was a whole complete sentence.
We'll get on the semantics of that one here in a moment. Regardless, Virtual Creation Corp over on YouTube has a good question. They say, "Hi team, what is the process your teams use for cross-team development and testing?" I believe that is in context of other companies working with us.
Okay, well, whether it is external companies or internal companies, currently what we do is simply share a team-wide account. If you trust these people, if you know these people, whenever a person is developing on that account, whether it be arts, it be, components, what have you, the whole team uses the same one account to create in those spaces.
Correct. And I just want to remind everybody that's just now tuning in, you can always play these games alongside of us if you head on over to sandbox.game and download that VoxEdit and Game Maker. And here you can see this game on page 4 to 5 in that draft gallery of that Game Maker. You can see these wonderful spelling errors right alongside of them.
Oh, they're not that bad. I just have to be hypercritical so that it's,
I know.
That's the value of the show. All right.
What we do here on this show is we elevate people to try and get their games.
Elevator,
we wait for the elevator to try and get their games to that next level, where you're in that space to where some team, some company wants to pick you up, or if you are working for a company and a team, to try and make it so your position is more desirable.
All right. So, let's see, on that particular quest, because so far everything you've done has been led by a yellow quest marker, what I would recommend that we do for that is place a new marker right here.
Thank you, Jaswolf. I'm gonna re-throw that out there.
Oh, thank you. I see the Game Maker link. Thank you, Jaswolf. That's very good of you. So if you had another marker here that was otherwise invisible but now becomes a quest objective location, then they could come here to that marker. When you get in proximity, the marker disappears. And when you get in proximity, if the marker disappears and that takes down the invisible wall and these light beams, then it would look like this force field that was protecting or stopping you from getting them before has now come down, and you can go get those different components. But again, I only just remembered that those armors were here, but somebody might forget that.
Oh, I already did. There was a lot of lore happening, so I was trying to remember names and keywords. So I had already forgotten about this really cool armor set.
Oh, I do not care about this enhanced visor. I understand it gives me more defense, but hey, listen, you know.
Yeah, we want that knobby.
Gotta get in there.
What does the Get Girl look like? I gotta see it though.
Oh, you want to see the Get Girl on this Voxel character?
Eyes.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, dude. A little Santa
iconic,
wizard, a little undying. Yeah. All right, Navi Droid, get back here.
There we go.
Show me how to listen.
Okay.
All right, so now the Sapiens officer makes sense. And they seem to be telling me, again, that the Augs have conspired with Corpo Vendrix to suspend the transportation of supplies to the asteroid. Their ships created a blockade, so we can't count on Sapiens or Rivet's ships. Ha ha ha. Weak organics. Alright. Let's see what you think of our proposals when your food and water starts to end. We can survive much longer than you without supplies, so take your time. This movement is unacceptable. You're threatening our lives and the lives, should still say lives, of our families. This is an ultimatum. Or, well, does the ultimatum make sense? I don't think so, but we can coexist peacefully. Okay, yeah.
It makes sense in both contexts, but an ultimatum would roll off the tongue easier.
All right, orbital control. 9 AUG ships detected. Life scanner, 3 life signals per ship. All right. Use the trigger panels to fire the turrets. If you fail to destroy the ships, repel the enemies in the landing platform. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
What up? Do a
and
murder.
Can't.
Nope.
Yes. And hold this point out and
wait.
Coexist.
No. Did they land? Can I?
What is happening here? Are we
They are
ping pong
succeeding to land. Oh no. Oh no. They definitely made a landing. Now will they want to fight? Oh boy. What up?
Oh,
this is that's a lot of damage. I definitely would lose if I don't do a lot of barrel roll. What up?
So in that last section, so it looked like we were having dialogue between multiple ships. Am I right?
It seemed to me like they were all in the same room. But like once again we jumped to the king. Oh, I got murdered real quick. All right. Let's just pretend like
okay. I was gonna say, where's our spawn point? So should have gotten good with those laters. So what I would have liked to see there is maybe have it on timed dialogue, and maybe not so much, but more as like quick banter, because again, you're gonna get those people who are gonna want to just spam the action button through your conversation, and not want to, try and immerse themselves in the slightest. So you can kind of get the immersion factor by having them go through a little bit of a time dialogue, and then having a time, like a skip by starting up the phase by pressing the start button or something like that, by skipping that dialogue.
Okay, so yeah, so now I'm confirming as I'm coming back in the room that each of the 3 people that we had talked to already are in this room. And so right. Yeah, to Conrad's point, if you had text bubbles coming up over their head, like these things are happening, right? And then there is a message that comes up from Command Center Sapiens Officer where I have to talk to them in order to start the combat event. Then it can do both, where they're automatically talking on a timer that you triggered when you came into the room. And then I can be shooting while seeing the conversation. If I this is going to do two things for you.
If you want to skip it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you were compelled by the story but started playing because you accidentally talked to the Sapiens officer first, then what it'll do is it would be the person who's enticed by your story is going to come back in, and they're going to just want to play just so they can get this one narrative beat again. Because you can't replay the beat once you walk in the room, right? But I think that's pretty good.
Right. And if it were possible, I would want I would want the huge, projector screen of the enemy to show up on the glass, taunting us, something like that. Think Star Trek or something along those lines. Yes, camera shift, that would be excellent. And if you could have that image pop up for just a moment, I know that there are ways to do that, to where you can make something pop in for just a few seconds, and you can have it so the text bubble is showing up on that large screen while he's taunting you and laughing about how their supplies are going to outlast you. Yes, these soldiers were pretty easy, but that's just the nature of charge attack. But otherwise, yeah, if you could do something to make that one a little bit more engaging, people will be less inclined to just skip through the dialogue.
Yeah, and I think you could also, instead of having the soldiers like spawn here, if you want to make it seem more intense in that moment, you can make it so that the soldiers like kind of come out of the ship via a teleporter or something, so that they could spawn within proximity to already want to attack me. And then they're coming into the room, and you can't push the button anymore. You're making a choice at that point. You're fighting immediately as they're coming off the ships, or right. You are destroying the ships.
And are these the world leaders here? Because they seem awfully unguarded.
All right, we held off the invasion on the top platform. Now, again, I guess part of the question is here, because I've also missed this right here, in terms of full immersion. Which one of these three of our friends just decided to attack this base? And why are they still here with us? If it is one of these three that is a faction that is now acting against the larger colony, what the heck? Like, AUG soldiers have entered the base. So which one of these is the AUGs? Is it this guy? I'm pretty sure it's this guy. AUG's leadership.
You can kill him.
Why are they not mad about it? AUGs equals bad, right? So both of these two should be upset at this dude. And right. Or if there were, he should be like, I'm going to get the heck out of here, and just like, peace.
Right, so that goes into my point of these guys are pretty unguarded right now, and as those soldiers were landing and coming in, maybe have some friendly NPCs go out to meet them to try and stop the fray.
That's
and
even
activate a trigger to kill that AUG leadership or take him away, if you will. That way he's not just still there and awkwardly standing there and staring at the other leadership being like, I didn't do it.
Yeah, I would for sure say to take him away, right? So that you do get a chance to see him later as like the big bad or whatever.
Or have him laugh and self-destruct and kill out the leadership. I don't know.
Whatever it is, that can be a complex narrative piece in this space,
right.
And still meet the story. All right, I got a couple of these guys. They're gonna count. So these pods have landed around somewhere, or they're already underground without having to land a pod. So we'll see what happens in a second. Oop! I did not wait for the elevator. There are no consequences. Wait. Okay. He's Corpo. Oh, hey, check it out. It's my friends, the bad guys. Hope I don't hurt somebody else. Well, wait. Yes, I see that. I see their enemies spotted. Yes. Is this guy gonna try and heal me? Oh, they will. You almost died trying to heal me, friend.
Nice.
Yeah. His healing takes way too long, but it makes sense if you're in a combat. I'm wondering if there's a better way to do this, like rather than use a robot that would run up, maybe have a robot and a station over here where the station heals you way too much. Oh, you could have just walked down these stairs. Okay. Hey, what's up? What's this? Oh, it's the way down. Anything on this level? Yeah, there is. The bad guy. Wait, the other Augs that wanted to attack me didn't count towards the all enemies in the base. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but
they were just cooler.
They were already in the base, but yeah. Like one of these ships will be open nearby the ones that are actually the objective. But it's interesting to see, like, these two look like, because they're in a pair, they're going to count towards that. And I spawn so far away.
So far, the environment is really consistent. I'm really liking it a lot. Especially these miners in the background here.
Eliminated all the enemies that invaded the asteroid, but one managed to overload the gravity generator. If it explodes, the asteroid will be vaporized. We need to use the manual override in the generator's computer. It's either generator computer or generator computers. It's not generators, computers, terminals. There's too many pluralizations there. Generators, computer terminals would work. Okay, let me run down there.
You know, have to work? That is an excellent question. Why not play with the sound or music from the game on, Joe?
Because I've had far too many complaints usually for like the loud that is the experience. It's not so bad when it's your own when it's your own computer, but there's something about like YouTube, Twitch, whatever, the levels aren't consistent. All right, gravity control. There's a gravitational scientist, an exotic energy flux modulator. Getting real sciencey up in this. I like it. This is at 10%, by the way, if you want a little scope and scale for what I'm talking about. If this is loud or as loud as me, it's only at 10% volume.
I can't even hear anything.
Really? No. Well.
Oh, now I can hear it. No, it actually sounds fine.
Whoa.
It's very quiet, but it's nice.
Now we're dubstepping all day. Wait. How do I... There we go. Go back to the command center to discuss the situation. Alright. Hey, I like all these. I don't know, maybe.
Didn't think there was an echo.
Here we go. Kristen says not trying to wake the baby. Dubstep lullabies, you know? So, okay. Hopefully all of these rooms that I'm just, like, running into have something you can do with them later. They're super cool, but they're just kind of there. Oh, wow.
Should take those and frame them to where it looks like there's a clear window out there.
Yeah. You see that thing said wait for the elevator, and I was like, nah.
Get out of here.
Reminds me of Meta Dungeon. It might, because it's one of the default slash multiple music options that we have for you to use inside the sandbox, but soon you'll be able to work with your own sounds. We just received a transmission. Corpo Vendrix has seen our efforts to protect fair working conditions and believes in our movement. Yeah, it's easy to believe in a movement when your troops get their asses kicked. You don't have a choice. Accept it. They're requesting that we allow an emissary to land on the asteroid to negotiate peace on our terms. Luma Systemica contacted us as well, reinforcing the importance of working together in the Imperium project. Omega never wanted us to fight over this asteroid. It was a gift for us to help us gather what we need to find him. But he created us as strong warriors and taught us to defend what we believe. Teached. It says teached here. It should say taught. I think we made our point, and it is time for peace, or it's time for peace. The robots agree to deactivate the laziness modules and resume the regular work. We just got our new orders as well, so be it. Victory. Okay. All right. So yeah, narrative focused experience. It falls kind of right in the timer that you're looking for in terms of what was from the last season. I'm going to turn this down a bit as we talk more about that. In the last season, the average player played for about 33 minutes. I think a strong narrative experience would make them play longer, but not always will they, right? Sometimes they're just in it for the play to earn aspect. So you take that with a grain of salt. If the average person was 33 minutes and some people were just super speed running, well, you know. But it was good. All those quests ended up triggering sort of in the way that I was talking about before, but better, obviously the right way. I just got ahead of myself when I saw them on the screen, because it's been like 2 weeks. And I'm like in my own way here, but good experience, definitely a lot of fun. I might like to see some things a little bit a little more texturized, but that would take quite a bit longer, I think. Not necessarily like hyper texturized, but a little bit more like metallics look on things and some of these blocks and that sort of stuff, now that you guys have those options. Right.
As consistent with the theme it had there, or let me rephrase that. The theme was very consistent, but as such as that nature goes, a lot of the times you can end up making things too bland on accident. Yeah. And that was kind of the issue here, is that like what we're staring at right there, very well done, but the room that we're in at the moment could probably be smaller. It could, or have a little bit more decoration to it. Of course, you know, you could fill that in by throwing in more NPCs that aren't just walking around, but that are active guards and things like that. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, and like I said, it's a strong narrative experience, and so when you're talking about things like texturization, well, that's basically polish, right? Your experience was good. There was a few things to pick out grammar-wise, but that's why, you know, a part of why we're here. All of the quests played well. They played back and forth between narrative beats and combat, so it didn't feel like 29 minutes, that's for sure. But great time. Good game.
No, it is well done. I mean, especially considering that Maddox Euphoria is, a huge testament to what you can do with the Game Maker and VoxEdit. I've been following, their progress since they started in this community, and they've been doing wonders because they only started 2-3 months ago. And
it had to have been longer than 3 months. Has it?
It's literally only been 2 or 3 months, and they're already teaming up with people like Karatroz, who are, well-known names in the community, and they're able to knock out experiences like this. I mean, sure, Maddox will say all day that it's 90% Karatroz, but you're part of the team.
Since day one of Alpha 2, that is wild.
Right.
That is wild. It feels like it's been longer.
What, 4 months maybe?
Yeah. There we go.
Still.
Canada Kristen saying everybody should know that they had never created anything before season 2.
Boom.
So that's how, while these tools take some time to build with, and, we can always look to polish them and improve as the years and days and weeks go by, the experiences that you guys are making, you can make pretty simply. You just want to focus on a high quality narrative, good optimization. That's another thing to note, Maddox, as you are here live with us. When we talk about texturizing the floor of this space because it's a built space, but maybe not outside because it's an asteroid, right, to stay in your narrative beats. When you do that, you start to judge whether it's going to perform well on someone else's PC based on how long it takes to initially load. So I mentioned that right at the top, that it loaded quickly. There's going to be a balance between those texturizations and, optimization, right? You can make it look good without making it so intense that it takes 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds to load this game, because those experiences that have that much loading time won't work well on some people's PCs that are going to be playing in the metaverse. So there is going to be a little some of this, a little some of that as you continue to work toward it. So if you did recreate this, or, if you're building on it more and you come back 6 months from now and you say, hey, take a look at it again, what do you think? I'm sure, obviously, it's going to be a more complete experience as you're an active builder in the community. But if I see then that it is taking 10, 15 seconds for my PC to load it, then I could guess that somebody else is going to have kind of a bad time just playing it at all on a much lower end PC.
Right. Have a good night, the electronics.
Yeah, see you later, D. See you later, my metaverse clone.
Right. And Jazzwolf Batman, Holly is doing well. She's right about where I'm at in the position of the sick, where we just have some bad chest congestion and sore throat. But we're doing good. Getting past the vid, no problem.
All right.
Because naturally, I ended up handing off.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much you can do about it. You sleep in the same bed. Same thing happened with Brittany and I. It was like 2 days later, I got it. I was like, all right. Anyway.
Alrighty. Well, there should be a form.
I was literally in the same moment. See, we have the same brain, chat. We got the same brain over here. Right now.
A little bit.
Over on YouTube.com, a few of our Facebook outlets, and over on Twitch.tv/TheSandboxGame, you can fill out this form to be eligible to win a Wizzy-themed NFT on this show. These Wizzy-themed NFTs are exclusive to the official live stream and can be used inside any combat-based experience inside the Sandbox Game Maker or in any combat-based experience in the metaverse, as long as the default character is a humanoid type character. Can't be used on a tank, but, having a lot of fun. Once again, these are limited in quantity. If this is the first time you are joining us, know that there will only ever be 200 of this particular asset, and well more than half of them have already been distributed. I thought that they were gone a couple of weeks ago, but it turns out we had a couple other different kinds of winnings that we were doing during a special event that were right in the middle. So now we got like 50-ish, 40 or 50-ish, left in that. So those will run out in a couple of weeks. And when they are gone, the Wizard of Green's lucky hat is gone forever. The next one coming up, Wizzy the Purple Witch. We gave away 10 of the full Wizzy the Purple assets. Wizzy the Purple's hat will be coming up as the next component that is built. And just like this one, you'll be able to wear it in your experiences.
Okay,
so,
but
yes.
You were talking about how you can't wear it on a tank. But I really badly want there to be a special edition of just tank Wizzies now, where it's just different types of tanks with the different Wizzy hats.
All right, you build me a tank game. You build me a game centered around tanks, and I will build you.
I'll put a community team
tanks
right now. We'll make it happen.
No.
You know the community. If we go, look, Wizzy tanks, let's go. Let's figure it out. Like, boom, it's already happening. Like, look at that. Look at that. We already got 4 people hats on board.
The real trick is going to be fully designing the whole tank asset. You know, just to have that like slightly offset, tilted on the side hat that is way too big. Right. Make it like comically oversized brims so they look like the little toy tanks that you would use in like to fight your army men. I don't know if those are ubiquitous around the world, but we live in America. Is that a dare? That's no dare. Oh that's God. No dare.
See, that's the thing is that I'm also picturing it. It's ridiculous.
Conrad, you go get your team. You put it together. You have some fun with that. In the meantime, we got another game to play. We got a little bit of time here, about 20 minutes or so.
I did want to change it up because that was for the VoxEdit. I believe I said that right.
Yep.
My COVID's kicking me. That was for the VoxEdit game jam. So let's go ahead and change it up, and we're gonna play Roxy Miguel's A Mere Truffle. It was last seen on page 3 here. It's for the Smurfs game jam that's going on. So let's go ahead and change page.
Truffle. All right. Farm manager Smurf needs your help. Collect 100 truffles from the plantation before the trolls destroy your farm.
And yes, Matt and Sick, we all want to be able to use our equipment in those social experiences, those social hubs.
Soon to you.
That is, I was about to do it, but soon to you. I was gonna put it in the chat with a wonderful actual little TM there.
Hi, Wolfie. I need some Smurf help. How can I help you? Again, a gang of porcine trolls have tunneled into my Smurf truffle plantation. And I need to collect 100 Smurf truffles to sell to the inhabitants of the Smurf village.
PG Live PT wants us to play their game as well. I'll add it to the queue, my friend. If we don't get to it today, well, there's always tomorrow as well.
All right, it doesn't sound that hard. All right, regularly this Smurf work would be done by the Smurf farmer, but I don't know where he could be, and the truffle trolls could arrive at any Smurf moment for my truffles.
A Smurfin' moment.
Start recollecting 10 Smurf truffles so you can see how the Smurf work is. When a truffle sprouts, grab it by pressing the E button. Then go up to the Smurf boxes and Smurf them in the infinite basket made by Engineer Smurf. I will register your Smurf work, so for each truffle you deposit in the Smurf basket, I will write it down and give you a Smurf coin for your Smurf. And also, don't die, please! Alright, hurry up. Until the... Wait. Like... Oh, it's a hard cam. Wait, I gotta pick him up. No! Wait, that actually worked.
Oh, wow. You can really knock those around. Okay.
You can knock the heck out of them.
There's our coin.
Wait, but this time he didn't give me a coin. Oh, because I'm supposed to...
You need to really slam dunk them in there?
You really have to slam dunk them, and they don't disappear. So, let's try this.
Oh, can we use the same truffle?
I'm going to check that in just a second. Alright. I truffled.
Excuse me, chat. And welcome to the
You know,
party,
it looks
everybody.
like you cannot double truffle. But let's try this one that I dropped a little bit.
It's off to the side there.
Oh, you can. You totally can.
Okay.
I'm going to put it down. I'm going to pick it up.
In-game it.
Yep. Oh, all right. Video games.
You can definitely double truffle.
You seem to be able to, but not always.
Okay, so it just depends on which truffle you're doing. Oh Lord, here it comes. Getting that double truffle.
Lord, here she comes. Well, hold up. Grab the wall.
Oh, you can like quick grab it.
Yeah, I tried to, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So there's a little bit of inconsistency. I think it's because there is a proximity-based trigger to an asset that is attached to the truffle, but when the truffle gets within proximity of this calculator that is floating there, sometimes it blows up the proximity-based trigger, and sometimes it doesn't. So I'd say as a note, make sure that that calculator is invisible inside there. All right. Unusual workday. Wait. Now I still got to do more. Okay. Oh, yeah. This said 100 before. So is it just that easy? Like, bop?
Oh, wow. Okay.
No.
Curious of... Oh, what is going on over there? What exactly is dropping the truffles on us here?
That's a good question, because I don't feel like they should be dropping, but it seems like they're just dropping because that's the easiest solution. Oh, I like that that flew off.
Yeah, it did go flying there. I had that on a delay because I'm paying attention to something else here. But, man, these little goblins, I like this a lot. I'm curious of what your character is. I believe this is Roxy Miguel's...
It's supposed to be a wolf.
Signature wolf. Okay, yeah. And so I would definitely change it up to where it's a little bit more themed with the Smurfs. Maybe even make yourself a Smurf as well. And these goblins, I'm not familiar with them.
Yeah, they're meant to be like trolls. They're definitely trolling me right now.
You could make it so it's Gargamel's like cat or something like that that's like stomping about. Maybe a little difficult to do, but...
Okay, well, I'll tell you, that asset does exist, but you don't have to use that. I'm going to say the only reason why not is because I don't think Conrad knows that when we made the Gargamel's cat, it's huge relative to the Smurfs.
I'm saying
like make a little mini one?
A giant paw.
Oh, instead of the trolls.
Right, instead of the trolls. So after, you know, phase 1 goes away, you're now going on to... Oh, they're actually truffle trolls from an episode that they watched. That's what our dev says.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's relative to a specific episode of the Smurfs. All right. As a Smurf layman here, I'm not quite sure. Oh man, check out that negativity in the chat.
What's that? I mean, don't say it out loud, but... Oh, I see. You know what? I would say that I would recommend you come hang out with us at NFT NYC next year, as you will see that our community has a lot of fun and is ready to build. From all over the world, developers have come together just last week to build inside the Sandbox game, and what you're seeing right here are games and experiences created by people just like you, where you can earn literally thousands of dollars by creating experiences like these in the Sandbox Game Maker completely free. So check it out over at sandbox.game. Get to creating today, and maybe you'll change your mind. And
friend, I want you to know that it was a timeout because I think that you're going to have a great time here, but we don't like to have that negativity spread about. But otherwise, I want you to keep hanging out and learning the community and trying to learn with us. And how's it going, Darling Marie, over on YouTube? Had service at the cabin, but I'm in. Love it. Glad to have you here.
Okay, so as a feedback that I'd like to give now, if it's okay, this is far too many truffles to deposit into the bin. Without any kind of narrative discussion at all, I'm
Mechanic changes. We need something something different to happen as we're rolling. Right.
right, because like this is fine. You could probably have made this a speed run, but there's no reason for this to be 50. And I'm pretty sure it said at the start that this is going to be 100. And we're already
Can
starting
we
to see your truffle trolls are breaking because there's too many trolls and not enough assets for them to attack. So now they're just getting stuck in piles, and I'm able to run laps around them.
now can we destroy the truffle trolls? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, you can beat them up. Oh, but they're coming. Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
The ones
you can
where
clear
their
'em out.
logic is still consistent are doing fine, but I think some of them are breaking because the thing that they were attacking is falling into that infinite void you've created here under this experience, which is not probably using the void trait, meaning that the actual truffle is never getting destroyed, and so they are getting stuck. But that is only a guess that I can make based on my observations. I'm not totally sure what you do with these truffles once I drop them in the basket, but I'm feeling pretty sure that the truffles are just getting dropped in a hole under the map. And I can't see it because I can't change the camera. So all of these guys are just like, yeah, I'm going to go get that truffle that I was chasing before. And the new ones
They
that are
got
spawning,
locked on and just never
Yeah.
stopped.
so now their
Okay.
logic is actually going to add quite a bit of lag to these experiences as well for those people with lower end PCs. You'll start to feel that lag when you have an asset whose like attack radius right here, if they were right on the edge of their attack radius, like in what I assume is like this area right behind them, then they would really start to get irritated, or you know, your CPU will get irritated rather, as you are trying to load that logic and unload that logic back and forth forever.
Okay, yeah. So once again, I do want to point out that this is made by one person with the Game Maker, and you know we're here on the live to help elevate everybody's games and get them to that next level. So with this one, it does look like, Darling Marie, you are correct. There is the advancement on difficulty is just adding more truffle trolls as they've been named. So it seems like we're just grabbing
And
the
there's-
truffles and piling them in to get a coin.
Yeah, and as it is right now, this is again, as it is one of those experiences that have been built by the community. It's okay that an experience is, you know, rudimentary, or
Right.
like, you know, if you're just getting started as a developer inside the Sandbox game and you've never made an experience before, you're going to take this feedback that we are giving to the developer, and they are going to see, yes, you know, we've been in here. The timer for the consequences is probably too long, but not too long for 100, right? Which is how they tested it. But it's going to be too long for 50. And now that there's so many truffles getting stacked up in here, there we go.
There we go.
They were like
I got you as well.
locked in there, and it wasn't dropping coins. So we're here to find these bugs, find these exploits, and talk about the narrative design, the level design, all of the different components that might make a game successful. And how can we take those and make them better for you as you guys in the community are developing these experiences for maybe your land in the metaverse or a game jam, something like that.
Right, right. So now there's something to kill here. It looks like
It looks like the one-eyed wolf is going to try to help kill the trolls, but its logic is stuck on a single troll,
so he's not able to kill him.
right? And the
Well, I
truffles,
mean-
once again, don't go into the container. So he's starting to deal some damage, but
He's not doing enough. So yes, Starkov here. As we're testing out one of the community members' games, just as you could create a game and we can test it out here on the live. I definitely would say, Roxy, I would change up the objective to where if you still wanted to collect things, maybe make it so we have a bit of a platform to jump up to in order to take our new spot to go to. Maybe start it off a much lower number, of course, because 100 here is a bit much. Even 50 was a bit much. And as you can see, our trolls are getting caught up and getting broken. Even with the help of somebody, it's still not enough to thin the herd. Oh, what do we got up here? Can we take that? Can we
I
steal it?
cannot. I cannot.
Okay. And I would, of course, want to. I'd want to make it more a part of the the Smurfs universe, a little bit more on the general side of things, because it's a healing gem. Oh, okay, you can heal off of that gem up there.
Oh,
But otherwise, as somebody who's only familiar with the Smurfs IP and I haven't watched a lot of it, I don't think Truffle Trolls is going to be very well known. So you want to pick something that's a little bit more open out to the general public, especially when it comes to a game jam. Of course, you can have
Yep.
this be, your own individual take on it, or even a part of the level that is a bit more generic on its open surface, and then you have that truffle troll throw in where this is only one aspect of the game, right?
yeah.
Instead of it being the full game.
Because I think you're
Because right
gonna.
now, go ahead, Joe.
Sure. So when you think about the voting for these experiences, one thing to note is that your voters can be, but aren't limited to, Sandbox interior staff, separate, private.
You want to take us? You want to take us to the big screen?
Sure. Yeah.
As we're closing out here.
Yeah. There we go. So sometimes it can be Sandbox interior staff. So when Conrad talks about the truffle trolls and like maybe it's not as recognizable as it could have been, the truffle trolls can be important, however, because also when it comes to IPs like these, they may also come in and vote. So if you had the truffle trolls in there, somebody in the studio might go, "Oh, you know us, right?" And that's why you're using these characters or these narrative beats. But again, as we look back at this experience, I want to highlight really quickly the core things that make this experience less than desirable, which is okay, right? These are normal things.
Right.
All of your trolls kind of got stuck because there is no void component. So it looks like I drop the assets in this tube. They go down underground. And when they are underground, there should be something that, based on the proximity, destroys those mushrooms. Because what is happening here is they are all close enough to me that they are all constantly loading, constantly being animated, and your trolls are getting stuck. When you do that, you can actually fix your troll problem by look at how many trolls they're still spawning here at the door. Oh, I can't show you that. Whatever. Sorry. But all your trolls are still spawning, and they're still having to spawn, and they're going to continue to spawn automatically based on a timer because you probably tested this and found that the trolls were getting stuck, but couldn't find a solution for the trolls getting stuck. So what you could do is you could make it so that when 1 out of every 5 truffles spawns or something like that, with a calculator underground, you could have it do a fly speed that is 1/5 the speed of your random spawning of these truffles. And 1 out of every 5 truffles that spawns one of these, truffle trolls. And that's okay that they do that, because then you're going to have a ramping difficulty. But when you do the thing where the void component destroys the truffles that are underground, then your truffle trolls won't get stuck trying to attack something they can't reach, because their attack radius is too big.
Their attack radius is much too big. You could shrink down the actual play area as well and make it be a part of that. Make this just one level where you're going down. And yes, Cryptomentary, I would love to play your game. We're probably not going to get to it on tonight's live, just as we are not going to get to PG Live PT's game, but most definitely if you join us tomorrow, Saturday, and of course next week as well, we play everybody's games for that wonderful test to try and elevate everybody's game.
Yeah.
But clearing out some of the trolls, making it a quest to getting rid of some of them, making it so there's a limited spawner on how many trolls can be there. Maybe give a point system to the actual truffles themselves. Darling Marie over on YouTube has an idea for different colors for the different truffles as to get a bit of spunk to them. There's lots of small tweaks to really elevate that game. You have the bare bones of something real special there. So I'm with you.
Yeah, I
And
think
Stark.
so. For those Stark, as you are asking Starkov in the chat, Cryptomentary, if you would like to have your game play tested, please paste the name of the game and what page it is on in the chat. I see you've done that special mushroom cake on page 12. We can play that one tomorrow, I think, as long as the first experience doesn't take too long. And we've got a nice list going on. Half Dork. Right now, VoxEdit Game Jam Star Runner on page 12 will be played first. And then PG Live PT has an experience on page 118, but I don't see the name for that. PG Live, if you could put that in the chat or DM me, then feel free to do so. And then we'll take...
it has one crazy thumbnail, they tell us. I'm excited.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. But we'll take that from Starkov as well and add that to the list. So if we don't get to it tomorrow, then we can play it the next day. I'm going to leave one last note about this experience, because while I was playing, and it's still on in the background, I let myself die. And when I died, your timer stopped. I didn't lose. I didn't win.
Oh.
The timer disappeared. So I assumed that if I was going to die, because I had a lot of health, that it would maybe have a game over or just continue, and that timer would continue, and when the timer hit 0, that would be game over. But I got neither of those results. So now I can't lose, and all I could do is continue to collect more truffles, but the truffles are broken. So there's a few little technicals that need to be worked on. But if you continue to work on this, and you are, wanting to have, excuse me, have us test that one more time, then we can play test that here on this show.
Right.
Bin 4896, the Poro Game Jam. We could play those still if you like, if you want to learn more about them. The voting is going on right now.
I do got to tell you,
those. Yes, sir.
Ben is the creator of the Crossroad game, like Road Run, if you remember it.
Yep.
I got to the second river on the live stream.
Okay.
Which is the furthest anybody's ever gotten. And then they also had created a Pro Game Jam entry that is arguably not as difficult, but still very difficult. And I beat it on hard mode third try. So, Joseph.
Very cool.
I tossed down the gauntlet to you, sir.
You know what?
When we get time for a challenge, and we have games cleared up, I challenge you.
I'm gonna say the absolute longest you'll have to wait for this is the end of Alpha Season 3, which I'm not gonna tell you that date.
That's a really long time, Joseph.
But the reason why I say that is that we are planning a 24-hour straight live stream during the end of Alpha Season 3. So that would be a great time for us to go one-on-one live here.
This pressure came from you, the community, to do a super long live stream because
it's true.
The inspiration came from me doing that 8-hour live stream with you guys that was impromptu. And you guys want to know.
PandaPops suggested it first. But don't tell Conrad.
Did you suggest it first? No
yeah.
way.
We had a meeting about it 3 weeks
ago.
ago.
You're whispering too quietly.
Yeah, we had a meeting about it 3 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago? Something like that. So it was way before you did the 8-hour live stream.
I did it at the beginning of the month, okay?
Okay, well, I'm just saying that PandaPops came up with it first.
On the
and if one more guy comes through and says that they did a thing that she suggested, she's going to freak out. So I'm bringing it up right now.
Probably.
24-hour live stream.
Who do we got for our winner?
Oh, well, that's a great question, Conrad. Let me actually close down that form. And RNG. We had 108 responses. 1 through 108. Generate. Number 13. Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you.
Sometimes I just talk sideways, so I know. All right. Oh. Well, that's fun. When I asked the question, what are you doing? As a security question, they responded with, watching you silly goose, and building on the kingdom of Sakar.
Oh.
The winner of Wizard of Green's lucky hat here over on twitch.tv is king_of_crypto.
That's a first.
That is a first. And a familiar face. Very happy to see it.
Always here.
King of Crypto is often streaming the Sandbox game. And each and every time we play hear your experiences in the Sandbox. We then raid somebody in the community that is streaming the Sandbox game live. And it looks like the user who's commenting in the chat all the time and sent me a very lovely DM earlier today, Maddox of Furia, is currently streaming the Sandbox game.
You're the one.
So we are going to raid them right now. I'm going to go over to twitch.tv, MADDOXOFFURYA. If you're watching us over on, there we go. This channel has follower or subscriber only chat. Nonetheless, if you follow them, you can chat. They're a good time. They always make great content. They made content while we were busy in New York City. Hanging out with you guys. I got that raid started over on twitch.tv. Conrad, you got any closing sentiments for the community here?
I do. No matter how you're feeling, everyone, whether or not you're feeling like a troll, your day's down, whatever it may be, today does not define you.
Woo!
You're going to make a better day tomorrow, maybe the day after that. Doesn't matter. You need somebody to chat with. This is a beautiful community to be a part of, and my DMs are always open.
All right. You hear that, chat? You hear that, Ice Pilot X7? Conrad's DMs are open.
Looking at you, friend. Let's get to it, everybody. And Darling Marie over on YouTube, if you want to check out King of Crypto's game, it's the Kingdom of Sakar. He's got a beautiful thing going on. I know he's doing all sorts of fantastic season giveaways. They're creating a whole experience, and their Discord is always open as well. Make sure to go check them out. There's a lot going on there. So it's been a long time coming that they make any sort of victories here, but you guys have a wonderful night, and we'll play it out.